Hello, and welcome to the Professional Pivot. I'm your host, Maggie Ruby. Here at the Professional Pivot, we believe that networking is the mechanism, relationships are the story, and professional pivots are the outcome. Today, we will be talking about defining your desired career and how to make it a reality. Today, we live in an unpredictable time and environment, and the job market can often seem challenging at best. So please listen to this entire episode, as I truly believe this will help you make your dream job come true. I'm a big believer that if you can see it, you can do it. So let's see your desired job. This is a process of deep self-reflection followed by target market research. So self-reflection and research. So by systematically analyzing your internal drivers and external requirements, you can move from a vague dream to a concrete, actionable target. This goes beyond understanding, updating your resume, and shifting to gaining clarity on your goals and preferences. So here we go. Here are 10 steps that are widely recognized as the most powerful and effective way to define your ideal role and establish personal non-negotiables to avoid a hit or miss job search. So I want to pause for a moment because I want to let you know that I'm going to be using the word non-negotiable a lot, and that's by design. When you define non-negotiables, you sharply define what you want, and it helps it make it crisp and black and white. People often get hung up when they're playing the gray area too much. So we're going to make it crisp, non-negotiable, and very decisive about what you want. All right, step 1, conduct a deep self-assessment. In order to do this, start by looking inward and understand what truly motivates you. These would be things like your passions, interests, and natural talents. This is interesting. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were having a conversation about, their success. And they said, you know what? My theory is if you do something that you're passionate about, something that you actually really want to do all day, and you would enjoy doing it all day, and you stay up late doing it, and you don't mind doing that, you will just naturally be successful because it's something that you're passionate about that you're doing. And I thought that was a brilliant takeaway that applies very much to what we're talking about today. So begin by evaluating what makes you come alive and where you feel the most confident. Ask yourself, when you felt the most engaged at work, what tasks energize you and what skills others consistently recognize you for. Tools like the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator or other personality assessments can help you view your traits objectively, and they will also often suggest matching career paths to think about. Step 2, identify your core skills, what I like to call your superpowers. Make an honest list of your top skills, including both hard skills, which are technically your technical skills, and soft skills, which are your interpersonal abilities. Distinguish between skills you have and skills you actually are enjoying. Also, inventory transferable skills. Now, we've talked a lot about this in previous episodes, but transferable skills are important because when you're looking for a job and the job description seems like they have very rigid requirements, it's important to think about examples that you have done that are similar to what the company is looking for, but personally you can speak to accomplishments with statistics and wins. They can be things also like leadership, communication, or critical skill thinking, all of which apply to most jobs in all industries. Step 3, define your core values. So we've talked about core skills. Now define your core values. The values are the deal breakers that dictate whether you find a workplace fulfilling or not. Determine what matters most to you. It is, for example, being innovative, having stability, or working autonomously. Aligning your job search with these convictions prevents future burnout and will help maintain a level of satisfaction and fulfillment. You should also think about the company's values. So how do your values align with the company values? As they should definitely be one and one. The fourth step is to picture your ideal lifestyle. Consider how a job fits into your life beyond the office. Define your requirements, for example, work-life balance and flexibility. You should also think about your preference for working remotely or a hybrid environment or in office. Think about pace of work. Do you thrive in fast-paced environments, or do you prefer more structured job type environments? Another component to consider is the commute, a reality today, or your desired geographic location. Step 5, to establish financial goals. Determine your non-negotiables, and this is important, non-negotiable salary based on your actual cost of living and long-term financial objectives. This is important. Do the math and put pencil to paper. If you wind up underselling yourself and taking a job that won't help you pay the bills, inevitably that is going to cause havoc emotionally and professionally in terms of job satisfaction and being able to be a superstar performer. You can use tools like salary.com or Glassdoor to research realistic pay ranges for roles that interest you. All right, step 6, create lists of gotta haves and don't wants. Identify must-haves, a list of non-negotiables for your next role, such as flexibility, autonomy, team-driven environments, or specific management styles. So then after you're done your must-haves, think about your don't wants, as it is equally important to list aspects of previous jobs that you want to avoid, ensuring that you are not unhappy. Consolidate your findings into a master list. Now, I'm a big believer in making lists. I think that lists make things real and very, very clear and easy to follow. So make a master list of mandatory criteria for any potential role. Now, this is very important. Identify these early in the process because it really helps you quickly filter out opportunities that just aren't a good fit for you. Step 7, research target industries and specific roles. So now we've pulled all of the other pieces together, and now it's time to focus on the research and really target and hone into specific target approaches that you want to make strategically. Explore which sectors are growing and which job titles align with your skills. This, I think, is very helpful. There's a book called the Occupational Outlook Handbook. It's maintained digitally by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And this is a premier source of career guidance featuring hundreds of occupations. And I really believe this is something worth checking out. So again, it provides data on future demand and typical responsibilities for various professions. Also conduct informational interviews. And this is my favorite bit, network, network, network. I can't emphasize that enough. When networking, use your time wisely and be extremely clear. In order to be crisp and clear, develop a career story. So let's make a story out of what you're looking for. Career story, I love that. Draft a 60-second summary that articulates what you are, who you are, your skills, and why a specific career is a good fit. This helps you confidently communicate your value to potential employers as well as your networking contacts. Think of it as your elevator pitch. Connect with professionals in your desired field and gain realistic insights into their day-to-day for comparisons. This helps you understand the realities of a role before committing to it. Also, and very importantly, this can identify opportunities before they are even posted publicly. So use your network wisely and use it a lot. Step 8 is to draft your ideal job description. Write out a job description for a role that doesn't exist yet, customized to you, including your responsibilities, basic format of a job description, your responsibilities, the impact you want to make, and the type of manager and company you want to work for. So I have a fun little short story to share. I actually watched a CEO who had previously spoken to an executive and was trying to hire them for a very senior position within the company. The individual that the CEO was talking to wasn't quite sure that they were interested in the opportunity or diving back into a company. And so the CEO said, you know what, take a minute, go and write your ideal job description and come back. And so this individual did. And then he handed it to the CEO. The CEO looked at it and he set it down on the table and he passed it across. And he said, now, why aren't you sure that you want this job? And you know what? I think my takeaway from that is it's great to know what you want. This exercise will help you, and I mean exercise in writing your own personal job description in advance, will help you recognize the real version of a job when you see it live on a job board. Step 9, test the waters first. Validate your definitions by engaging with the industry. Reach out for informal interviews with professionals in these roles that you're seeking. Real-world feedback often reveals aspects of a job that you can't find in a written job description. So test the water through experiences. In previous episodes, we have spoken about the possibility of taking on fractional roles, a contract position, side gigs, freelance projects, volunteering, or shadowing professionals in your desired field. These actions help confirm if the career is truly the right fit for you. So try it on first. The 10th and final step is to create an action plan. Get smart and set SMART career goals. Most of you have heard of SMART goals. SMART stands for, as you know, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. This translates your vision into concrete, manageable milestones. Define what you need to achieve in the next month, year, and 5 years to reach your desired position. So very quickly, let's kind of sum up what we need to do to define your ideal job. The first one, self-assessment, core values. 3, core skills, ideal lifestyle, financial goals, define your gotta haves and don't wants, and take all of that. And now let's get very targeted and specific and laser into target your industries and specific roles, identify your ideal job description that you're going to create, test the waters, and create a very succinct, crisp action plan. Okay, so with all of that laid out, and you will have defined your desired job and career. Now let's talk about the very important thing. Let's take that off of a paper and make it a reality. So making your desired job a reality requires moving from reflection to execution. This process involves bridging the gap between your current state and your target role through strategic planning, skill development, and networking. So here are 5 things that you can do to make this happen. First thing, build your bridge. In other words, complete a gap analysis. Compare your current resume to the ideal job description that you just drafted and identify the gaps. Study actual job postings for your target role to see exactly what employers are looking for. Note any missing qualifications, certifications, technical skills, or experiences that you might need to explore. Fill and close the gap. Upskill strategically. Use platforms like Coursera or LinkedIn Learning to close those gaps. If you're missing leadership experience, look for volunteer projects or lead a new initiative in your current role. The second thing to do is to tailor your professional brand. Stop using a one-size-fits-all approach to your applications. Customize your resume to each job description that you apply. Align your past achievements with the specific keywords and requirements found in your targeted job description. Every application should be a customized resume. This is how it's going to make a difference, and you will be a standout quality and rise to the top of the list in our terrific AI automated application screener. Optimize and take full advantage of LinkedIn. Update your profile to reflect your new direction. Use a professional summary, and this is important, your lead into your resume that explains your career story, which we just spoke about, and incorporate where you've been and why your next step is a logical progression. The third element is to tap into the hidden job market. So as I mentioned in earlier episodes, up to 70% of jobs are never published or on public job boards. So conduct informational interviews with your network. Reach out to people currently doing the job you want. Ask about their daily challenges and what skills they find most valuable. Utilize your network and request introductions. Once you have a short list of targeted companies, ask your network for warm introductions to employees there. And one of the things that a big takeaway, and I talk to everybody that I am coaching, is warm connections are really a ticket to help also bypass the automated AI screeners and the bots that are interpreting your resume. There's nothing like a warm introduction. So please, please leverage your network. And again, we talked about network, network, network. The fourth component is to execute a SMART action plan. Okay, we already talked about the SMART system earlier. So now I'd apply it here again. Break down your transition into manageable, time-bound phases. So let me just kind of map out an example of a sequence of events. So phase one, complete a self-assessment and identify 10 target companies. And this is important. Start a master list of this phased-in approach and sequence of events that you're going to actually turn into execution. Complete a self-assessment and identify 10 target companies, phase one. Phase two, update all marketing materials, your resume and your LinkedIn profile, and reach out for 3 informational interviews. So now we're putting some structure around this. 10 target companies, 3 informational interviews. And the phase 3 that then just kind of continues on and on and on. Start a sales campaign. Start marketing yourself. Include cold outreach and formal applications tracking every interaction on a spreadsheet. So now you can start to develop where you're going, what are the common threads and themes within your targeted approach. But this is the time to market yourself. The fifth and final thing to do to make your desired career a reality is master the narrative. During interviews, you must confidently explain the gaps or pivots in your history. And this is important because I think today people move from job to job more frequently than they have in the past. And there also might be some gaps with just the state of our market. And so therefore, it's important to explain the gaps and or the pivots in your career history. Frame these experiences as purposeful rather than I just took some time off between jobs. So for example, if you took a break for to study, for example, highlight the specific certifications or projects you completed during that time. So that maps it all out. We've defined your desired career, and then we've got 5 simple steps, but very crisp steps for you to make it a reality. So now this is where you shine and make it happen. Let's turn your desired career into your perfect and successful reality. Dream it, see it, believe it. I hope you've enjoyed and gained some new perspectives from this episode. And remember, here at the Professional Pivot, we believe networking is the mechanism, relationships are the story, and professional pivots are the outcome. Have a terrific rest of your day, and please remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Until next time.